right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Post in at the 5 down low. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Shot clock at 2. Edwards. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now here's Butler. Here's Post. Nice D from Reed. Edwards looking for an opening. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
DiVincenzo against Curry. Right side, DiVincenzo. Out to the right wing. Reed for 3. Hauled in by Curry.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Brent, you could hit the 3 back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, B.A., it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the offseason, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does. There's no one that produces the way that he does either.
And it's the Warriors with the ball after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Curry's shot is off.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
The Warriors have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. They get it again. Moody, good.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And here's Curry for 3. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
I mean, just so easy for Curry to get that 3 off. Beautiful shot.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. We talked about the task of facing Jimmy Butler, the fiery wing. Coach said, you can talk about the scouting report all you want with Jimmy, but he brings the extra dimension. Butler has the attitude that is unmatched in the league. The passion of Jimmy Butler in full focus tonight, Brian.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And there's another one for the Warriors.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
It's stolen. Outside Butler. Pass to Green. Here's Butler. Here's Post. 6 to shoot. Inside. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. It's just very solid offense.
Randle, good.
Well, Randle keeping you honest here. Not a knockdown shooter from that range, but is showing more and more that he's capable of doing just so.
Now here's Curry. He's got 5. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Butler. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And here's Edwards. Outside Reed. Pass to McDaniels. Reed sets a screen. Here's DiVincenzo. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, he's got no problems getting inside if there's that kind of room available. Dante with 2.
Here's Curry. And he makes it on the layup. Curry's got 7 points.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
DiVincenzo against Curry. Now here's DiVincenzo. Defense is right there. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
The 3 from Curry knocks down the triple. 10 points for him.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. DiVincenzo finds Randall. Over Green. Randall, a screen on Curry. DiVincenzo against Curry. Nice shot by DiVincenzo. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Now Curry. That'll count. No good. Misses at the buzzer. Well, a good close contest so far as we... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
So on the floor for Golden State, Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Moses Moody. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the 5. Now here's Edwards. Had the space there, but it's offline.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Here's DiVincenzo. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Shot clock at 3. Back to Randall. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Golden State ball.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Curry from deep three-point land. And that comes off the assist by Green. Curry's got 13.
An offense unto himself. Steph Curry just warping the defense.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons. He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
Shooting the 3 with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
Outside Curry. Pass to Moody. Moody gets one inside.
Now they're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Here's Edwards. And it's cleared by Stephen Curry. The Warriors lead by 8. Butler with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up. Butler soars in to cap off the break.
That is a tough 2 right there for Butler. Really his calling card. Rugged play and 100% effort.
Outside Edwards. Again, the miss by Edwards.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Green, the pass to Butler. Back to Green.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Draymond. Oh, such a force inside.
Draymond Green with only one thing on his mind when he gets that close, and that's collecting 2 points.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, BA, I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
And the Warriors with possession here after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. The 3 from Curry. 4-3, Stephen Curry.
That's a high percentage shot from Steph Curry. Just put that on repeat.
Here's DiVincenzo. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
A minute 4 left in the first half. Curry with it. Randall's in his pocket. Doesn't go for him. Timberwolves trail by 11. DiVincenzo pass to Edwards. Randall on the screen. Edwards on the move. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, another highlight reel play from Anthony Edwards. Oh, this guy is fun.
Butler, a screen on McDaniels. To the paint. And stolen by Edwards. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Moody passes to Butler. Over Edwards. And the shot no good. A bit short.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
The Warriors lead by 9. Now here's Curry. He's got 16. The floater. Curry at the rim.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
I'll tell you what, he's still working on his playmaking skills, but he's been tremendous so far in finding the open man.
Well, if we were grading playmaking today, it's an A+ from him.
They've got Rudy Gobert. Miller is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Shannon in at point guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Now here's Kuminga. And there's a 3-second violation. Timberwolves trail by 11. Gobert with a screen on Payton. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
An awesome athlete. It's fun watching Gobert get up and hammer it down with force.
And he drives in. And Shannon gets it to go.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Now here's Hield. No points so far. On the wing, Payton. 5 to shoot. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it. because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. And it's Gary Payton the second with a foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Gobert with a screen on Payton. And they call an illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
The Warriors lead by 9. Outside Pajemski.
Watch the screen.
Pass to Kuminga. Uh-oh, Kuminga on the take. And Kuminga throws it down.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
And Brent, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Now here's Kuminga. The rebound by Shannon. Alexander Walker with it. There's the drive. Miller outside. 4-3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Miller's got his first 3 points of the game.
Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Outside Hield. 1:46 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Hield's got 5.
Well, that's a guy you want to find, Buddy Hield, with the response from 3.
Outside, Alexander Walker. What a terrific move that is. Alexander Walker's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And that one good.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And the shot goes. The Warriors lead by 9. Here's Pajemski. Just 5 on the clock. From the wing, it's rebounded by Minnesota. Outside, Alexander Walker. Gobert with a screen on Payton. And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Gobert gets the bucket.
And just so mobile at his size. Once Gobert sets the screen, he rolls hard to the right spot.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock.
Timberwolves foul.
And some changes here for the Warriors.
First team foul. Substitution on court.
17 seconds left in the third quarter. McDaniels against Curry. Outside Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. That shot missing. And so it's the Golden State Warriors closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Great. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. They've got Draymond Green, Moses Moody out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Butler, and it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Curry looking it over. Oh, they get a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall.
State ball.
And a deep three from Curry. No good on the quick three.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
McDaniels can't hit. The Warriors lead by 4. Outside Curry. Floats one up. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Timberwolves shooting great, 62% from the field and continuing to get it done. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
That's tipped. DiVincenzo on the wing. He's covered by Curry. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And great job to establish position and square up.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Green with a screen on McDaniels. Outside for Green. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Outside Reed. Randall outside. Reed sets a screen. Randall, the pass to Reed. And outside the arc. Another miss by Minnesota. Here's Green. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Yeah, we know he's undersized for the position, but Draymond Green does the work of several men, including how he forces the D that time to foul.
Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Butler with a steal. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Moody from outside. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. Randall finds McDaniels. The Warriors pull it in. Curry's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Green with a screen on DiVincenzo. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Curry. Yep, right through the net. Curry's got 20.
Well, those mechanics and that kind of time, that's pretty stuff from Steph Curry.
Edwards against Butler. Now here's Edwards. Guarded closely. Count the basket and the foul! It's on Stephen Curry.
Wow. Edwards almost makes it look effortless, like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
On the wing, Curry. McDaniels covering. Puts up a 3. And Curry is good for 3. 23 points in the game.
Good strategy here from the coaching staff. Put the ball in Curry's hands, see what happens. Usually ends up being pretty good.
Edwards, the pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. Edwards with some muscle.
Outstanding work in close. Edwards is just so confident from this area.
Curry with it. Randall's in his pocket. Back to Curry. Nice move. Good. And the Warriors lead by 7.
Curry's so good at working the angles inside, just adapting to the situation.
Reed to screen on Curry. For 3, DiVincenzo. Warriors with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. There's a minute 12 left in the game. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Moody on the wing. DiVincenzo covering. Curry against McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. Curry passes to Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. And now a 9-point Warrior lead.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Here's Post. Buries it from 3.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
Up top, Moody. Pass to Post. Outside Curry. No good on the 3. Randall, good. And so it's Golden State with it. So it's Golden State winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this
Here are the five for the Clippers. The guard pair, it's Harden and Powell. Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. And for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Well, what a surprise. James Harden has finished a play with contact and gets a chance for the three-point the old-fashioned way. Nicely done, James.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player. I am the system."
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Hits it from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. Now, I asked him how they plan to limit the effectiveness of Kawhi Leonard. Coach said the thing with Kawhi is that even if you're able to slow him down offensively, he'll find a way to impact the game with his defense. He's one of the best two-way players the game has ever seen. So they won't have a moment's rest tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Oh, here's Edwards. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, in pick and roll action, you've got to be aggressive as a scorer. Anthony Edwards with the bucket.
In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Randle with a screen for Edwards. Outside for Randle. And another three for Minnesota.
Well, you've got to be decisive. Catch and shoot situations, and Julius Randle leaves no doubt.
Here's the screen. Leonard looking around. Pass to Powell. Harden against McDaniel. Powell with a screen on McDaniel. And the basket by Harden.
James Harden understands answering a three with your own three negates any momentum of your opponent.
Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
6 on the shot clock. Got it. Good job in the low post.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Here's Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Randle with a screen for DiVincenzo. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Now Jones following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
If you try try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
And Reed throws it down. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 8. 44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious. Two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now Harden. Driving to the basket. And the layup falls. Harden's got 10 points.
Well, James Harden's ability to put it on the deck and get to the cup is elite. And because of that size and frame, he's going to finish most often.
Picked by Reed. Here's Edwards. Tries again. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Knocks down the 3-ball. Randall's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Timberwolves. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. But Timberwolves on top, up by 4. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They look to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far, they are hitting at a high clip.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Handle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
The unselfish play by Anthony Edwards' teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but he's also led the league in assists. So, pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. Harden, and the jam by Harden.
James Harden, simply stated, is putting it to the defense right now. Somebody has got to step up and get the ball out of his hands.
Edwards looking it over. Randall a screen on Powell. Inside, Edwards finishes strong. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Harden has a wide open look. Offline with his 3. Minnesota leading by 6. Here's Edwards. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
That is big-time strength from Anthony Edwards. He's got the perfect basketball frame.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the game. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Leonard. Kawhi taking no chances.
And Leonard makes it look easy. Incredible at getting inside and just finishing with physicality.
Here's Randall. Yep, that one goes in there. Randall's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Leonard, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Randall.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Into the lane. The shot's good from DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 6. Clippers trail by 9.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
There's 1:59 left to play here in the second quarter. Kicks it out to Leonard. Powell sets a screen for Leonard. Here goes Kawhi. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
Here's DiVincenzo. Reed in the post, guarded by Harden. Offensive rebound, out to Edwards. Reed with a screen on Powell. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Powell finds Harden. Leonard with a screen on McDaniel. From deep, Harden. Over Randall. Harden, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Here's Randall. McDaniels sets a screen for Randall. Pass to McDaniels. There's the 3. Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. For 3. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
It's Edwards on the wing. Guarded by Powell. Powell against Reed. And he drops it in from the low post. Reed's got 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And so we wrap up the first half. Timberwolves lead by 14. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Team direct your attention to center court and get ready for the big half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. The post pairing, Batum and Zubac. Simmons is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Coffey in at the 3. Simmons passes to Coffey. From past the arc, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 14. And those advanced numbers, Doors, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
What pace on the fast break from Bogdanovich, getting out ahead and protecting the opportunity to score.
Here's Alexander Walker. Still scoreless. Over Bogdanovich, and too long on the shot. Batum for 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Miller outside. Alexander Walker on the wing. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 14 now for Minnesota. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
If there's a teammate open on the floor, Simmons will put it on time and on target.
Not loose. Gobert finds Alexander Walker. And the rejection by Zubac. Outside, Simmons. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 12. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage. So an adjustment was made. Fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. Simmons passes to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. Batum sets a screen for Bogdanovich. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. To the paint. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
Clippers trail by 17. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:52 left in the third. And Bogdanovich kicks to Batum. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Batum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Alexander Walker with the ball. He's got 5. Gobert the screen. And Gobert throws it down.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
Simmons dishes to Batum. Simmons with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Batum passes to Coffey. Oh, the lob for Simmons. Just 4 to shoot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
It's blocked, and he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Minnesota with the ball. 16-point lead. Gobert the screen. Knocked away. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. Batum the screen. Offensive rebound. Another shot. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Minnesota leading by 16. Gobert with the screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Batum. Alexander Walker passes to Gobert. Now the Clippers moving it up. A 3 from Bogdanovich. That shot misses. And so it's Minnesota in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their... And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Clippers trail by 16. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Reed is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Goodness, Ben Simmons, unreal.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Back to DiVincenzo. Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. Driving the lane, powered down with both hands.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Batum. Jones comes in for Amir Coffey. Powell, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's James Harden in for Ben Simmons. Pass to Edwards. outside for Randall. Randall a screen on Jones. Here's McDaniels. Oh, good on the triple. Clippers trail by 14. It's Powell on the wing. Edwards defending.
Woo-hoo, the leaping ability of Norman Powell. Throw it down, sir.
It's DiVincenzo, top of the key. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early.
Zubats with the screen for Harden. Down low. And the dunk. By Zubats.
This guy flawless in his execution.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. 17 points was their biggest margin. A three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Powell against Edwards. A three from Leonard. Here's Jones. Kicks it out to Harden. From the arc, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Harden's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Los Angeles. Edwards inside, Powell on it, back to Edwards, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. On defense, the Clippers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. A three for DiVincenzo. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to Edwards. Reed with a screen on Hart. And here's Edwards from the arc. That's not going to drop for him. 5 of 9 with that miss. Three-pointer. Another miss by Leonard. Timberwolves leading by 10. Edwards.
Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
And Harden launches it from deep. The Clippers rebound. Tipped away. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. Minnesota's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Timberwolves.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
And that one's good. Leonard.
This is where James Harden's ability to quickly scan the floor and then find the right window to deliver the pass. So good, so good.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Even thanks so much, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony.
NBA action coming up. Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. Harden and Powell, their backcourt. Kawhi and Zubac make up the front court. And it's Jones in at the small forward. And for the Warriors, Green out there with Butler. Then it's Moody. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the 5. Well, Grant, what should we expect in a veteran-heavy matchup like this?
You know, B.A., it typically means we'll get a clean game. These guys have been around for a while and know how to take care of the basket. And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Zubac against Green. Shoots over Zubac. And it's Green missing.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Pass to Jones. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by Green. Now Curry. The 3 is up. Hits a 3-pointer.
They will take that option every time up the floor. Curry from the corner.
First quarter of play, a minute in. Right side Harden. Driving to the basket, and a nice finish on the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Green with a screen on Powell. Pass to Green. Launches a 3. That shot, no good. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And when we talk about players who impact winning, Draymond Green is high on that list, RJ.
And the amazing thing, his career scoring average is in the single digits. Draymond does it with his passing and directing the defense and gives his teams energy.
Butler against Jones. A nice shot by Butler.
Putting his body to work in the paint. Butler using his athletic skills to get it done.
Now here's Harden. Pass to Leonard. Warriors with the rebound.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Curry against Powell. Curry, that's good. Curry's got 5 now.
And you're asking for trouble when you give Curry this positioning. He's so efficient down there.
Outside Harden. Jacks up a 3. Fires in the triple. 5 points in the game. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
And here's Butler outside. Powell pulls it in. The Clippers in the lead. Harden scanning the floor. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Jones misses. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Golden State. Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. So it'll be James Harden shooting. It's going to go on Moses Moody. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And Harden is capable of getting you a triple-double every game. His versatility is incredible.
Outside Curry, fires from deep, drains the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Harden, and it's Harden with the big finish.
Oh, that has to hurt if you're the defense. Harden getting fancy with the jam.
Stolen by Harden. .29 seconds left to play in the first. Curry with the block. Pass to Moody. Powell against Curry. 12 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. 2 points. That one goes.
Good at keeping the game simple. When Curry sees the mid-range J open up, he rises up in confidence.
And Harden with the slam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
You like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, he'll take it.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
Got it off in time. James Harden. He's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He made some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And another thing they've done is look to shoot from the mid-range often. So far, it's really
Warriors 5. Here's Harden. The layup off target.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
And the first foul of the game. Here's Moody. Outside Butler. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Out to Leonard. Off the mark there with a 3.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Oh, Butler in the deep waters.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
And Harden with the slam.
Athletic move by Harden. Okay, I see you throwing it down on top of the defense.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. Outside Harden. Leonard up top. 4 on the clock. And it's a big finish right on Draymond Green. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the level of creativity Leonard has is just special. He's capable of some really memorable throwdowns.
Green with a screen on Powell. High post Green. Now here's Moody, defended by Harden. Butler against Jones. Butler can't get it to go. And it's Leonard with the ball for the Clippers. Granted, you always say in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Now here's Harden. Not a lot of room. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
A consistent and standout scorer. It's really no surprise to see Harden making a big impact out there.
Curry against Powell. Curry's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Leonard. The claw! Slashing his way inside.
Showing off a little muscle on that finish. Kawhi might look calm, but his game is loud.
Curry against Powell. They need this. And it's Butler with the jam.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
With the step back. Lets it go. Leonard can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 4. Pass to Curry. Green with a screen on Powell. Here's Curry. Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Butler passes to Green. He gets it up. No good on the buzzer beater. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. We are seeing an outstanding game from James Harden.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Checking out the group for Ty Lue to start the second half. Amir Coffey out there with Nicholas Batum. Then it's Ben Simmons. Then there's Bogdan Bogdanovic. And it's Eubanks in at the center position. Warriors trail by 4. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Coffey on the wing, guarded by Hield. Simmons with a screen on Hield. And the basket by Coffey. Coffey's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
From deep. The rebound by Bogdanovic.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Batum, pass to Eubanks. Batum with it. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And now a 9-point Clipper lead.
And I like how Batum takes shots that come within the offensive schemes. A high IQ offensive player.
There's a screen by Kuminga. It's Hield with the drive from the arc. No luck on that one. Los Angeles leading by 9. Eubanks with it. Jackson Davis picks him up. Eubanks inside. Jackson Davis on him. Simmons finds Bogdanovich. Back to Simmons. And slam dunk by Simmons.
As a scorer, Simmons' best work comes right at the rim.
The Warriors have gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Bogdanovich against Payton. A good look from Bogdanovich. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Batum against Kuminga. To stop the run. Here he goes. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Nick Batum, and he'll be shooting his first free throw. Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
The length of Batum is sometimes a problem for defenses, which is why they resort to fouling him.
No good on the second free throw. Warriors trail by 9. Payton passes to Kuminga. A minute 53 left in the third. Batum with the defensive effort. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Oh, he picked him clean. Hield on the wing. Pass to Kuminga. Lets it go from deep. The offensive rebound. Hield from outside. He buries it from 3. Hield's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Coffey. To the middle. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Hield to the ball. Started by Batum. Outside Kuminga. And here's Podziemski. Shot clock at 5. Oh, Kuminga! Strong like bull.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Batum, yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. Batum's got 5 now.
I love the selfless approach. Simmons is all for feeding every teammate.
Shot clock and game clock separate. Wow, Kuminga playing way above the rim.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Here's Coffey, guarded by Hield. Batum with a screen on Payton to the inside. Batum gets the bucket. He has 7.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Hield for 3. Drills it from deep.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
And they look like a completely different team. I wonder what Coach said to them at halftime to help spark this momentum change.
And we've reached the end of the third. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Stephen Curry is out there with Moody. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Post in at the center position, locking down the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Outside Curry. Pass to Post. Curry surveys. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
The steal.
What hustle from him on defense. Great steal.
Here's Moody. Oh, what an effort from Moody.
Now that could be a major moment in this game. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time now.
Brilliant.
And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to...
Second team foul. At the line for the Clippers.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Moody. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Leonard. The Warriors pull it in. Outside Curry. Butler against Harden. Now here's Butler. He's guarded closely. Green with a screen on Harden. Here's Butler. Can't hit it from 12 feet. The Clippers lead by 8. And here's Harden. Leonard with a screen on Butler. Harden, the pass to Leonard. And it's a big finish right on Draymond Green. Oh, my goodness.
They're taking the opportunity to get airborne. Kawhi doesn't hold back when he sees an opening.
There's a screen. And here's Curry for 3. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside Harden. Leonard outside. Zubac screen. There's the 3. Leonard can't get it to go.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Gotta reward the big man Green for running the floor. Excellent execution.
Here's Harden. 1:51 left in the final quarter. Leonard with a screen on Butler. Out to Leonard. Rebounded by Green. Green's got rebound number 7 tonight. On the wing, Curry. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Double team on Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Here's Jones. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Clippers.
When you look at the stat sheet, it's impressive this wasn't a total blowout. Their offense was in top gear all night long, Grant.
I thought the same thing, B.A. I mean, the difference in field goal percentages is pretty shocking.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for James Harden.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
Jones against Butler. Jones with some nice D. Now Los Angeles with it. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Powell finds Leonard. 23 seconds left to play in the fourth. Fires for three. Sinks it from distance. And the Clippers lead by 14.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
So no problem for the Clippers as they get the win. They have to feel good. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill.
starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard. And for the Warriors, Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green. Then it's Curry. Then there's Moody. And it's Post in at center. And both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Here's DiVincenzo. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And the Warriors with possession here. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Pass to Post. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
DiVincenzo against Curry. Drops in the layup for two.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Golden State's drawn 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. That's to Curry. Back to Butler. Lets it go with the three. It's hauled in by Edwards. Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And here is DiVincenzo. Randle with a screen for DiVincenzo. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, I caught up with Coach Steve Kerr, and we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So they'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside for Curry. Drills the three-pointer. Curry's got 5 now.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's got 11. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Curry. He has 5. Reed with the rebound. 109 left to play in the first. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Here's Curry after the basket by Minnesota. From deep three-point land, another 3 for Golden State.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
Here's DiVincenzo. He misses his first shot of the contest after making his first 6. Moody the pass to Butler. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. For Minnesota, they've gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Reed with a screen on Curry. And the shot goes in. 15 points in the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Moody with it. Still yet to score. Pass to post. Back to Moody. Here's the three. No good there. Dante DiVincenzo. He's been the guy making things happen for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Going on. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Handle out there with Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Edwards no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. The Warriors pull it in.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You got to make those.
Here's post. Back to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Clock at 6. They set the pick. Butler making it happen inside.
Not many guys with Butler's build have his skill set inside.
DiVincenzo against Curry. Outside for Randall. DiVincenzo with a screen for Randall. Banked in off the glass. Randall's got the lead up to 5 now for Minnesota.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
McDaniels against Curry. Now, here's Moody. He's guarded closely. Latrey. Julius Randle with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 5. And here is DiVincenzo. 15 points in the game. A nice shot by McDaniel.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
In the corner, Moody with it. Back to Butler. Butler hammering it home.
And that's what they want to see from Butler. A take-charge mindset. That desire to attack the rim.
Here's DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. And a miss there on the triple. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. They trail by 6.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going. And those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
It's good from long range. Post has got 6.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Randall with a screen for McDaniel. Pass to DiVincenzo. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He's got 18.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
A fantastic decision making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
On its way from Curry for 2. Julius Randle with the rebound. Randle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Back to McDaniel. Curry with the steal. Curry Curry on the move. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
I mean, he is so lethal on the drive. Once Curry knifes inside, there's little you can do to stop him.
It's stolen by Curry. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Poked away. Minnesota leading by 6. McDaniels kicks to Randall. Back to McDaniel. Randall a screen on Curry. Here's McDaniels. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Maybe unnecessary to go for the finger roll instead of just laying it in, but it is impressive.
Curry against McDaniel. Curry always finds a way. This time inside.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. And the wide open shot from Reed. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Dante DiVincenzo.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Payton is out there with Podziemski. Then it's Kevon Looney. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Hield in at the 3 spot. Podziemski's shot is good. So Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better. Bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
With the drive.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
Alexander Walker. Warriors with the rebound.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Launches a 3, and another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Left side, Kuminga. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Sinks the three-pointer. Payton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Got a piece of it. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now Payton defending. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. A shot by Podziemski, no good.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Alexander Walker, and that one is stuffed right through.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Now Pajemski from deep. And he jams it with authority.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Here's Shannon. He's defended by Pajemski. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Shannon. No scoring in this one.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Kuminga against Miller. Puts up a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Pass to Minot. Here's Alexander Walker. Floats one. That one good for 2. Alexander Walker's got 12. Warriors trail by 7. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And
that's
looks
great.
like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Pajemski, defended by DiVincenzo. Back to Pajemski. Outside, Kuminga. Hield sets the pick for Kuminga. Second chance shot. And so it's Minnesota in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Reed is out there with Randall. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Outside for Randall. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Ball to Minnesota.
McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo.
And that's where Green makes his biggest impact. He is a menace defensively.
Fires from way outside. And Post gets it to go. Post has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Warriors. Here's DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. DiVincenzo with the screen on Green. Randall no good. Warriors trail by 6. Now, here's Moody. There's the pick. A 3-ball. And another 3 for Golden State.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Curry against DiVincenzo. Randall is screen on Curry. Outside for Randall. Back to DiVincenzo. Clock at 4. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Green against Edwards. Right side Green. Right block shot. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Outside for Randall. Edwards looking it over. No good, unable to end this run. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
And with a limitless jump shot, the elusive ball handling skills, Curry can get a bucket pretty much whenever he wants. And you'll never see Randall back down in a big moment. He's looking to be the guy when they need a bucket.
Curry against McDaniel. Outside Curry. And McDaniels with the block. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Edwards. Pass to Reed. Reed with a screen for Randall. McDaniels with the ball. Right side, Edwards. From outside the arc. Nailed from three-point land. And it's a three-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, excellent read there by Edwards. He saw someone had a better shot, and he got them the ball.
Curry from deep three-point land. Offensive rebound. Outside, Green. And it's off from three-point range. Timberwolves leading by 3. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Randall is screen on Curry. Here's DiVincenzo. It's good.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
And the Warriors miss again.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And Curry, here we go. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Fearless. Curry takes on the challenge and gets that big basket to fall.
Reed with a screen on Curry. Here's DiVincenzo. Lets it go from deep. Reed gets the bucket. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Curry with the 3. And so Minnesota takes the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
Beat the visiting.
Welcome all. Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, Harden and Powell, their backcourt. Kawhi and Zubac make up the front court. And it's Jones in at the 3. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
Here's Edwards, following the score by Los Angeles. Stolen by Jones. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Edwards looking for an opening. Pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards against Jones. The 3 ball. And it's Anthony Edwards with the 3.
Well, that was a bomb from Edwards, showing off that deep range.
McDaniels against Harden. Out to Leonard. Zubac with a screen on McDaniels. Leonard for 3. First shot won't go. And here are the Timberwolves. Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard, but Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from 3 for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
The whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Counted from distance. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
Harden skilled off the dribble, off the catch. He can flat out score.
DiVincenzo against Zubac. He got a piece of it. Three-pointer, Harden. He can't get it to go. Edwards against Zubac. Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. Outside, DiVincenzo. The 3 is up. Nails it from 3.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Cannot give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
Harden with it. Randall's in his pocket. The shake. And then Harden with the jam.
And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night. You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Leonard outside. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. To the paint. Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
Now here's Edwards. Outside Reid. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Right side, DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Zubac with a screen on McDaniels. Harden drives in. It's good. Harden's got 9 points.
Phenomenal work from Harden there. The second he sees a lane open up, he attacks.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Tyronn Lue and I were able to chat. He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And Reed with a basket on the assist by McDaniels.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Harden against McDaniels. Harden, the pass to Leonard. Outside Harden, 5 on the clock. Zubac with a screen on McDaniels. Harden fires away from outside. Reed with the rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there? You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that. And, you know, under the circumstances, that's a good foul. You just can't let him have that throwdown.
Minnesota is shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
So much confidence coming from Anthony Edwards. You can just see it. This is a guy who knows he belongs in the league and is hungry to be great.
Harden, the pass to Powell. Now Leonard. Zubac with a screen on Randall. Leonard drives to the hoop, and it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding? James Harden, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
Anytime you can get Harden to look down low, that's good offense.
Up top, DiVincenzo, defended by Harden. Reed in the post. Zubac there, and he can't jam it through. Harden scanning the floor. And Harden with the slam.
In attack mode and looking to score whenever he can, this is Harden at his best.
Outside Reed, the 3. Minnesota again missing.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
Powell finds Zubac. Good work defensively by Randall.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Out to DiVincenzo. Powell with a steal. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Harden can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside Edwards. Outside Reed. Lets the 3 fly. Sends it home from three-point land. Reed's got 5 points.
Getting the ball to somebody ready to stroke it. Selfless play by Edwards there.
And from what we've seen so far in his career, Anthony Edwards wants to be that guy in crunch time, Clark.
Yeah, I love his mentality. Not only in that he wants to be the guy, but he also wants to elevate his teammates. And he plays the game with an exuberance and a joy and a freshness that is, quite good to see. But I like his attack mentality and his willingness to step into leading his team by example at both ends of the floor.
Reed, a screen on Powell. Here's McDaniels. Pass to Reed. Back to Daniels. 6 to shoot. Reed, a screen on Powell. McDaniels from long range. And they get it back. And here's Edwards outside. They get the rebound. And Harden's got the ball here for the Clippers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Powell passes to Zubac. Harden with it. Leonard with a screen on McDaniels. McDaniels against Harden. And the Clippers miss again.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Here's McDaniels. He nails it, and we're tied. McDaniels got his first basket.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Here's Harden. An easy 2 on the layup.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Outside Reed. Launches the 3. Drops in the 3. Reed's got 8.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo, an unselfish player always looking to make the extra pass.
Harden against McDaniels. Outside Harden. Out to Leonard. Over McDaniels. It's Powell on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Powell. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Timberwolves ahead, up 3. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the 3rd quarter, right after the break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We are seeing an outstanding game from James Harden.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Nicholas Batum out there with Drew Eubanks. Then there's Amir Coffey. Then it's Ben Simmons. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
The slashability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive, cutting mentality.
Second shot opportunity. Gobert. Play into his strength. Gobert inside.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Here's Simmons. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up.
Simmons doing a nice job being physical, taking the foul and still getting the shot up.
Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes a legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Here's Shannon. Back to Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
The Frenchman doesn't mess around down there. Gobert, what a vicious throwdown.
Outside Simmons. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
He does not get the second one. The Timberwolves lead by 5. And that's an intentional foul.
Nicholas Batum. First personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Offensive board. Gobert passes to Miller. Outside, Alexander Walker. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Bogdanovic. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Bogdanovic has got his first points of the game.
What an athlete Bogdanovic is. Sprinting towards the rim with such aggression and assertiveness.
Here's the teardrop. Gobert hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Gobert's gotten his third basket of the night. Right side Simmons. There's Bogdanovic with the three. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time.
And this is why Bogdanovic is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
Gobert with a screen on Simmons. Alexander Walker with the bucket. Alexander Walker's got his second bucket on the night.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Pass to Minot. Now here's Alexander Walker. He's closely guarded. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Clippers trail by 8. Outside Simmons. Batum, the pass to Simmons. Back to Batum. Pass to Eubanks. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. There's the triple. Batum shot is off.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Now Miller. Now Alexander Walker. Gobert with a screen on Simmons. Outside, Alexander Walker. Fires from deep. Up again. It's good on the putback. And it's a 10-point Minnesota lead.
Gobert so good around the rim. Had that shot back before the defense could do anything with it.
Pass to Eubanks. Now here's Simmons. Covered by Alexander Walker. And Simmons gets it to go. Simmons has got 9 points in the quarter. This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
Third team foul.
The first free throw is good, and it's a completely new group for the Clippers.
Shooting 2.
And he makes both free throws. Clippers trail by 10. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Harden finds Jones. Now Leonard. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. Randall, a screen on Harden. Oh, stolen by Harden. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Leonard gets there for the fast break finish.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What?
And it goes! It's a big shot at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just as...
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves earning this break in the action, up 10. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Ebb is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Nas Reed out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
First team foul.
DiVincenzo on the wing, defended by Harden. DiVincenzo driving. Reed for three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Leonard, a threat from deep.
Leonard scores at all three levels. He's a threat anywhere on the floor.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Leonard for three. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Second team foul.
And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Edwards with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. Randall deciding where to go with it. The kick out to Edwards. 5 to shoot. And that one comes up a bit short.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
On the wing, Harden. Guarded by Edwards. The floater, and it's Harden laying it in.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they've battled back.
I didn't think it was going to happen for him, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Outside Reed. Can't stop the run as that one misses. The Clippers trail. Outside Jones. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. The Timberwolves have gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. And here we go again. The Clippers on the break to tie it up. Jumps up. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Minnesota's gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Outside Reed, beyond the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in the game. Powell passes to Leonard. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's a minute 59 left in the fourth quarter. Jones finds Powell. Clock at 6 to take the lead. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. And there's the foul. It's on Ivica Zubac. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Third team foul.
DiVincenzo against Harden. To stop the drought. Outside for Randall. Puts up a 3. Sinks the tray. Randall's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Here's Harden. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Up top, DiVincenzo, defended by Harden. Harden against DiVincenzo. Count it!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Outside Harden. Leonard with a screen on McDaniels.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Reed to screen on Harden. Here's DiVincenzo. Outside Reed. Pass to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Zubac. And they're set to take control of this game.
It's crucial that they convert here.
Jones.
Yes! Big time hoop to put them in front. Now they've got to put everything into their defensive effort and get the stop.
Outside, DiVincenzo. And so they foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the second of 2 is good. And that ties this game up.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty.
8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Powell off the drive. Here's Jones. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
To force OT. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaFleur.
We're sure to see a lot.
Yeah, tremendously high IQs from both teams. So expect have been through it all in this league.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. We've got Butler. Moody is out there with Curry. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Harden. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Anytime he gets it.
Curry against Leonard. Outside Curry. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And an opportunity from deep.
Harden looking it over. Leonard on the wing. Pass to Zubac. A little over a minute played so far. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Zubac has gone 1 of 3 on the night. Moody finds Curry. Here's Post. Moody with it. 5 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Post.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Right, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
Run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Count that bucket.
Don't want to give Kawhi that kind.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Tyronn Lue and I had a few minutes to share about the challenge they face in defending Steph Curry. He said Steph is so hard to contain because of his constant movement off the ball. Conventional defense. The matchups will be fluid. He'll see a lot of different guys coming at him. He's looking and needing a total group effort. Back to you guys.
Now here's Harden. It's stolen by Curry. Butler with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Green. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Post. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
Here's Curry. There's the drive. That's in.
Setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Leonard with no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. Leonard's got 7.
Always a threat from range. Give Kawhi those looks. That's at your own risk.
Leonard in the corner. Moody with it. And they're moving it up. Balls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Zubac is going to get aggressive and not going to hold back. Put contact on him. He's going through you.
And Zubac has proven that, Brent, there's still a place in the league for center.
Well, I think he plays, Kevin, with a combination of talent around him that allows him to situate himself right where he needs to be. Impact basket, a huge rebounding presence, a guy that brings some physicality, and he's been in a perfect slot to show why it is he's such a value.
Yep, that one goes, and it's 9 points for Leonard.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are when he seems to be on the floor.
Curry against Leonard. Jack. Rebound by the Clippers.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. The three. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him.
Wasting 0 time. Kawhi Leonard knew what he wanted to do.
Curry deciding where to go with it. Over Leonard. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles. A head quarter comes to a close. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What do you?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to.
So on the floor for.
Oh, yes, sir. Kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
Pass to post, and he goes in for the dunk.
It's hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see the team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Here's Leonard. The Warriors making the shot. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Zubac, a screen on Butler. Harden the pass to Zubac. And that one, good. Zubac has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Great pass. Put it right where you need it to be.
It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, has probably come to a close.
I'm not Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along? Caliber players. That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Leonard, a 3-level scorer as well as an offensive anchor for this team.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Curry outside. It doesn't go for him.
And close to making the defense pay. Coverage that time.
Harden against Curry. And here's Leonard from 3. It's good. The assist at 19 points. Leonard against Curry. Curry! Oh! And inside.
Curry's so good at working the angles inside, just adapting to the situation.
To the paint. Zubac, the pass to Leonard. For Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And Moody pulls it down.
Throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Over the course of a season, each team takes on a certain try to shape that personality based on their roster.
Well, Kevin, it's a great question, and I think the best coaches in our league adapt. Starts to formulate throughout the season. You lean in to what guys naturally are. Some success comes with that.
And they double up. Here's Post. Good on the triple. Post has got it back down to single digits for the Warriors.
It does so much when he's out on the perimeter and he drains the triple.
It's stolen by. Now here's Moody. Guarded by Powell. Warriors with the rebound. 59 seconds left. Here in the second. Now, here's Moody. Guarded by Powell. Fires the three. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Moody.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Butler against Harden. 6 to shoot. Here's Zubats. Let's go. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Here's Golden State now. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Curry on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Green with a screen on Jones. Here's Moody. No good with the wing jumper.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And so it's Los Angeles with their lead. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot drumline. They're measuring up the shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Bogdanovich out there with Simmons. Then there's Drew Eubanks. Then there's Batum, and it's Coffey in at the 3. Here's Coffey. Right side, Simmons. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition tape foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And Hield is a player who you love to see take trips to the free throw line, as consistent as he is there.
Warriors trail by 5. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
Goodness, Ben Simmons, unreal.
Here's Podziemski. Guarded by Simmons. A shot by Podziemski, no good. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Coffey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Coffey's got his first bucket of the night.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's tightly guarded. Good, nice job down low. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
It's a pretty soft touch for Bogdanovich, trying to do some damage on the inside now.
Here's Podziemski. It's sent back down by Simmons. Batum against Kuminga. Lets the three fly. Podziemski grabs the board. Warriors trail by 9. To the inside. Jackson Davis.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Simmons with it. Outguarded by Hield. And the call on the shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
At the line for 2, Ben Simmons. The play will be reviewed.
Keep tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Eubanks, following the basket by Jonathan Kuminga. Batum finds Simmons. And he uses the glass on the layup. Simmons got 4 points this quarter.
And this is how Simmons puts up points. He challenges you close at the rim more often than not, having the physical advantage.
Second team foul.
Bogdanovich against Payton. They get it back. Here's Kuminga. They kick out to Hield. 6 on the shot clock. 1:25 left in the third quarter of the game. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Kuminga. Here's Simmons, and there's the drive. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line.
Personal foul.
And a good physical play there from Simmons, not letting the foul stop him from getting that shot off.
Taking 2 shots.
And Simmons drops them both. Warriors trail by 7. Here's Podziemski. Hasn't made one yet. 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hield outside from downtown. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Batum. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Batum's got his first basket of the night.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Shot by Podziemski, no good.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really effective.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half. All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
Simmons dishes to Bogdanovich. Right side Simmons, and he lays it straight in. Simmons got his third bucket of the night.
Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep.
And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
And that's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Warriors.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's post in at the 5. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. Now his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. We'll see if that fire gets lit, guys.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Moody. Guarded by Powell. A nice shot by Moody.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Zubats. Harden outside. Back to Jones. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got assist number 8 now on the night. Leonard against Curry. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket. Harden against Butler. Harden with the stop.
Well, pick your poison with James Harden. Either way, he's going to find a way to make you pay.
Warriors trail by 16. Curry passes to Moody. Green with a screen on Powell. Moody. Rebound by the Clippers. And here's Jones. Leonard inside. He's against Green. Kicks it out to Leonard. This one for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Leonard's got 8 here in the quarter.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Here's Harden on the wing.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
And Green gets it to go.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
Butler against Harden. And he tries.
Okay.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Curry kicks to Butler. Curry against Leonard. Outside Curry. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Leonard.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Knocked away. Outside Butler. A three-pointer is right on target. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Harden. He gets it in there. And the Clippers lead by 18.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Zubats against Butler. Fires from way outside. No good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Alt, this is Kevin Hart.